Welcome to Grammar Trails. In this segment, we are going to look at the 7 coordinating conjunctions and the second comma rule. A coordinating conjunction connects ideas of equal emphasis. As a writer, when you use a coordinating conjunction, you are connecting two ideas that are equally important. Let's go on and look at the 7 coordinating conjunctions. The easiest way to remember them is using the acronym FANBOYS. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Be sure to commit these 7 coordinating conjunctions to memory. Now let's go on and look at rule number 2. It states if you have a coordinating conjunction, a complete sentence before it, and a fragment after it, then you do not need to use a comma before the coordinating conjunction. So rule number 2 is a sentence, a coordinating conjunction, and a fragment. No comma before the coordinating conjunction. Let's look at an example. Hansi formed the band in 1984 and played the bass. There we have the coordinating conjunction and. Do we have a sentence before it? Hansi formed the band in 1984. Who is doing this? Hansi. And what is Hansi doing? Forming. So we do have a sentence before the coordinating conjunction. How about after? Played the bass. Who is doing this? We don't know. Played the bass is not a complete sentence. It is a fragment. So here we have a sentence in Hansi formed the band in 1984, a coordinated conjunction and played the bass, a fragment. According to rule number 2, we do not need to place a comma before the coordinating conjunction. Let's get rid of it. And there we have, Hansi formed the band in 1984 and played the bass. Let's go on and look at another example. Blind Guardian's lyrics are often inspired by Tolkien, and the band is often referred to as the Bards. Here we have the coordinating conjunction and. Let's determine whether we need to put a comma before it. Do we have a sentence before and? Blind Guardian's lyrics are often inspired by Tolkien. Who is doing this? The lyrics. Blind Guardian's lyrics are doing this. And what are they doing? Being inspired. So we do have a complete sentence before the coordinating conjunction and. How about after? The band is often referred to as the Bards. Who is doing this? The band. And what is the band doing? Being referred to. So we do have a sentence after the coordinating conjunction. In this example, we have a sentence, a coordinating conjunction, and a sentence. This gets us back to rule number 1, which states if you have a complete sentence, a coordinated conjunction, and a complete sentence, then you must have a comma before the coordinating conjunction. So let's put our comma in. Okay, so to review, rule number 1 states if you have a coordinating conjunction, a complete sentence before it, a complete sentence after it, then you must use a comma. Let's look at the next example. Andre plays lead guitar and helps Hansi write the majority of the lyrics. First, identify the coordinating conjunction. And, that's correct. Do we need to place this comma before and? Let's see. Andre plays lead guitar. Who is doing this? Andre. And what is Andre doing? Playing. So we do have a complete sentence before the coordinating conjunction. How about after? Helps Hansi write the majority of the lyrics. Who is doing this? We don't know. There is no subject in the second part of this sentence. Therefore, we have a fragment after the coordinating conjunction. And according to rule number 2, if we have a coordinating conjunction, a sentence before, and a fragment after, we do not need the comma. Let's get rid of it. So let's review rule number 2. If we have a coordinating conjunction, a sentence before, a fragment after, we do not need the comma before the coordinating conjunction. Let's go on and look at some more examples. The band began as a speed metal act, but soon evolved toward a progressive metal sound. First, identify the coordinating conjunction. But. You got it. Do we have a sentence before but? The band began as a speed metal act. Who is doing this? The band. And what is the band doing? Beginning. We do have a complete sentence. How about after? Soon evolved toward a progressive metal sound. Who is doing this? We don't know. It is not stated. Therefore, we have a fragment after the coordinating conjunction. Should we put a comma before but? No, not according to rule number 2. Let's look at the next example. Pounding the drums is a great way to release stress or get a great workout. Did you identify the coordinating conjunction? Or. Very good. Do we have a sentence before or? Pounding the drums is a great way to release stress. Who is doing this? That's a very tricky one. Actually, there is a person doing this. Because the sentence begins with pounding the drums, we know that someone is doing it, and therefore this is a complete sentence. Do we have a complete sentence after the coordinating conjunction? Get a great workout. Who is doing this? We don't know. So we have a fragment after the coordinating conjunction. So here we have a sentence, a coordinating conjunction, and a fragment. Do we place a comma before the word or? We do not. Let's look at another example. Blind Guardian continues to create complex music and thought-provoking lyrics. Identify the coordinating conjunction, and. Very good. Do we need a comma before it? Let's follow the procedure. Blind Guardian continues to create complex music. Who is doing this? Blind Guardian. Very good. And what are they doing? Continuing. So we do have a sentence before the coordinating conjunction. Do we have a sentence after it? Thought-provoking lyrics. Who is doing this? We don't know. Therefore, we do not have a sentence after the coordinating conjunction. We have a fragment. So we have a sentence, a coordinating conjunction, and a fragment. Do we need a comma? Not according to rule number 2, we do not. So, to recap, rule number 2 states if we have a coordinating conjunction, a complete sentence before it, and a fragment after it, we do not place a comma before the coordinating conjunction. Remember, there are 7 coordinating conjunctions, and you can easily remember them by using the acronym FANBOYS. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Thank you for watching this segment of Grammar Trails.